Hello everyone, Maryann here, revealing light, tarot, astrology and spirituality wherever you are in the world when you're watching. A huge shout out to you. Hope everybody is either having a good weekend or had a good weekend, depending on where you are in the world when you're watching. It's Monday morning here in Australia where I am. I spent most of the weekend working on my tax, burning the midnight oil, so I'll be glad to when that's completely done and I can have a bit of a rest. But I kept up with what was going on across the world. One of the most worrying things, I guess, that I thought about over the weekend was the US president's threat to send the National Guard into Chicago and other blue cities and what that actually does mean. I understand that the National Guard in DC are carrying rifles now. That has come across my news desk this morning. Pentagon says, from Associated Press, Pentagon says some guard units in Washington are now carrying firearms as Trump targets more cities. That's probably the biggest thing that that disturbed me over the weekend and made me reflect, how soon is this going to end and when it's going to end and how it's going to end. And of course, over the weekend, there was continued speculation about Trump's health. I have had many questions from viewers asking me to read on whether or not Trump has heart failure. I think over the weekend, it was also pointed out that in his first physical, they said that his blood flow was unimpaired, and then as he began to display signs of edema in his ankles, and of course the foundation or the makeup on his hand, they then released a report to say that he had venous insufficiency in his legs and his hands, or that's how it manifests. The blood flow to the hands and the legs is impaired. Now that would contrast with an earlier report where the results of his physical, or his doctor said that he had unimpaired blood flow. So we know straight away, given that there's a lie there, or certainly an inconsistency. We know that there's something amiss here. So I'll look at whether or not he does actually have heart failure, whether this is edema in his ankles and not well, of course it's edema, swelling in his ankles, but whether or not it's coming from actual heart failure. And many think that he's on Lasix and other fairly heavy duty medication they would give through an IV. So plenty of thoughts out there about what's causing this massive swelling in the feet. Also do want to touch on, I don't know if anyone knows yet, but Trump put out an executive order at the end of June which put tariffs on goods under $800. In other words, he did away with what's known as the de minimis rule, or that most countries have, that anything under a certain threshold will not be subject to duties. Why? Because it's just too difficult to collect. Most countries won't send there, and of course the consumer misses out, and it's mostly people who don't have a lot of money who might be ordering things from overseas that they can get more cheaply than what they can in their own country. Anyway, he's done away with that rule. As a result, a lot of countries are suspending their mail services to the US. It's quite a thing. Australia Post in my country has suspended mail of parcels to the US while they work out what the hell they're going to do. It looks like the US government is expecting us to collect the tariffs on their behalf, and then that transaction fee is passed on to the merchant, who then will pass it on to the American consumer. All round, it's a bloody mess. But anyway, I was wanting to look at, given over the weekend we also heard that 10% of Intel is now going to the government. It's sold didn't sell, it's gifted 10% of its business to the government. Trump is extorting left, right and centre. It doesn't matter who he's extorting. Are there powerful forces within America plotting against Trump, either to continue to release his dark past, or perhaps in another way, an assassination attempt? I want to look at that. I also want to look at ICE. That was the other thing that caught my eye over the weekend, the continued brutality and lawlessness coming from ICE agents. Masked thugs is all they are. We will look at whether or not any of those will face prosecution, because it's all being, not all, but a lot of their thuggery is caught on camera. It's obviously illegal. I do want to go to the Gaza famine. There's now been a declared famine in Gaza now because Israel is starving the Palestinians. Will it ever be liberated from an accused war criminal in Netanyahu? I think 500,000 Israelis got out and protest in the last week, want this war over with. But it seems that, like the US, the people are not being listened to. Their politicians are almost holding their own voters hostage. So let's get started with Trump's health. All right, so as you know, I have been seeing him very ill for a very long time. In fact, I was probably, I don't want to say one of the first to speak about it, but I have been saying this for a long time. It's now come to pass. Okay, so let's get started. The question that my viewers want answered is this heart failure rather than venous insufficiency. Is this heart failure? And that's the question. Does Donald Trump have heart failure? My father had heart failure. I've seen my mother had heart failure while I was caring for her at the time. I know what it looks like, and swelling ankles and edema in the legs and ankles is one of the most obvious signs. And intravenous diuretics are given. So let's have a look. Heart failure. Does Trump have heart failure? What do you want to show me? His neck's in a vice is what I see. He's like leaning over, and there's a Y shape here. It's almost, yeah, okay, so what is that? Whatever is going on, he's he's captured by it. He's a prisoner to it. All right, so Trump could be branches of arteries as well. Does Trump have heart failure? Does Trump have heart failure? Does Trump have heart failure? It would explain the chronic fatigue. Chronic fatigue. Okay, so does Trump have heart failure? Trump have heart failure? Show me clearly, please. Does Trump have heart failure? I know there are lies about his health because when you ask Groke, X's AI, about Trump's possibility of heart failure, that goes on and on about venous insufficiency. But then I asked a different question of Groke. I said, could Trump be lying about this his health? And Groke was the one that pointed out that the first physician's report said that there was unimpaired blood flow throughout his body, and then at the time that he had the health issues and the swollen ankles, they released this venous insufficiency and pointed out that the time that he would have had that a long time before, so that there was I think Groke pointed out an inconsistency. So you can get round Elon Musk's I don't know what you would call it, manipulation of Groke with the right questions. It's quite interesting. Okay, does he have heart failure? We get the world card. The world card is endings, huge endings of cycles, an end. It's an end. What is, and then we have the Page of Cups, and that can be surprises, sort of bombshells, things type, taking us by surprise. I'm wondering, as I say, I don't see him doing a full 4 years, and increasingly medical experts are predicting that too. Don't have to be psychic almost So we have the Star card, which is hope is at the foundation of the reading. Hope. What an odd card there. Not depending on your point of view. The Page of Swords is in the past, so we could have leaks coming out. Someone could have already leaked something. Someone getting ready to betray him. Are we going to have the truth about his health? Is someone in the White House going to leak it? Let's wait and see. The Hermit card, again, isolation is in the sky, dark night of the soul, and again that September time frame. In the near future, we have the King of Swords, planning and strategizing, and there are certain, I'm probably reminded, there would be certain rules around presidential health for obvious reasons. I'm wondering if someone's going to bring that up in a meaningful way. Now we have in the present abuse of power, can be sabotage, can be self-sabotage. What an ugly card that actually is. Look at the look on that person's face. And we have the Ten of Coins, money, family money. So there's a sabotage here, self-sabotage or self-sabotage, but also the economy. So we've got that bubbling along as well. The indicators now, the tariffs are starting to bite. The Federal Reserve Governor Powell has said as much. Says that Trump's instability is causing the downturn in the economy. No wonder Trump wants to get rid of him. The Two of Coins is in the hopes and fears. This is juggling. Can we pull it off? You can only imagine what's going on behind the scenes with him currently. We see him before our eyes and what it takes to wheel him out. Not wheel him out, but get him out. Now, the outcome card, does he have heart failure, is Magician card, which is a yes card. It's a major arcana card. It's a manifestation of something. And then we have Strength. Okay, so again, another yes card, a manifestation regarding his strength, and then we get money. His sort of infallibility around money. So this is telling me that Trump is making money hand over fist from the presidency. And I read somewhere else that he's bought $100 million in bonds recently. Of course, with his tariffs, when he announces tariffs, the bond prices move, and then he takes the tariffs off, and they go up again. So I'm just seeing total and utter money making off that presidency, and we don't, I think, know the half of it. But getting back to his health. We have the Five of Cups here, which is the minor arcana death card. So all the outcome cards show me that he's having increasing isolation, that he's self-sabotaging in a way, but all the outcome cards, the Magician, the Strength card, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the minor arcana death card, would show me that there's a run that's coming to an end. Right now, the focus here is on his money making, but the Five of Cups tells me something's going to come adrift, and the Page of Coins. This can also be that allure that he's already had of strength is fading, and he's sort of being cut down to size. Basically, interestingly, we have the absolute opposite of money. We have lack of money. That's being locked out. That's the Five of Coins. And then we have a lot of anxiety. A lot of people stand to lose a lot if Trump goes. That's the other thing. If he, again, tongue-in-cheek, I can say tongue-in-cheek that we may all be better off if he wasn't here. I can say that tongue-in-cheek, but the reality is that... you don't wish that upon anybody. But it seems to me that something's going amiss. A winning streak is coming to an end. There's a lot of money making here that I'm seeing. Somebody going to release something. So getting back to his health, I would say yes. From those cards, yes, he does have heart failure. Particularly with that minor arcana death card there too, there's a disappointment. It's like with the world card there. It's like this whole Trump era is coming to a close. I think that's what it's telling me many things, but I think that's largely what it's telling me, and that really at the end of the day, there's going to be isolation, dark night of the soul for him. And maybe his comments about, I'm not doing too well, I need to do these things to get into heaven, maybe it's starting to dawn upon him. But as with everything with Trump, it's all associated with money. It's like his health is, like he's becoming vulnerable in every sense. And I'm wondering, given those cards, whether we're going to find out more, whether or not information will be released by Trump's enemies to do with basic, obvious, impeachable offences. We already know that, but something even worse, that he's actually stolen money, something like that. It's not just made money, but taken money. It'll be interesting. We'll watch for that if we're going to hear a story, or we're going to find out that he's done something which is blatant theft. All right, okay. Let's have a look at the other worrying, or not the other, but the very worrying possibility of him sending National Guards into Chicago and other blue cities. So, will Trump send the National Guard or even the Army into blue cities? Will Trump send the National Guard, the Army into blue cities? Will Trump send the National Guard into blue cities? So we have here a lot of anxiety over this, I could imagine, and then the Queen of Wands' motivation to try and stop this. It can't be legal. In Washington, D.C., he can only do what he's doing for 30 days, yet he says he's going to keep them there. He can't do that without Congress giving him the power to do that. The Knight of Swords is the truth. The truth being uncovered. The truth is at the foundation of this reading. Heartbreak and betrayal is there in the past. I think people have felt that, are feeling that. And then we have abuse of power and sabotage, and also self-sabotage in the sky. So it's a very real possibility. The people will rail against it. Unfortunately, he has a plan to do just that. That's in the immediate future. It's not too long away. He's going to send the National Guard into those cities. So prepare yourself, because it's actually happening, and it's not too far away. Now, he is struggling in every way right now. His government is struggling in every way. We have the Four of Swords is retreat. So it's almost very interesting. The Ten of Rods is being overwhelmed, trying to do, I was going to say, too many illegal things, and then we have retreat from that. So, maybe somehow this can be avoided. I don't know. Let's see the outcome. The Knight of Wands is in the hopes and fears. That's marshalling, motivation, the rallying cry against this. And then we have the Ten of Coins. Yes, he is going to send them in. And the Ten of Coins is almost again like extortion. It's families, it's family fortunes, family money, family. It's also can be around the voter too, and there we get it. This is going to be poorly looked upon by most right-thinking voters in America. When I say right-thinking, I mean sane people who haven't gone down the rabbit hole. This is an isolated move. The people aren't going to... this isn't going to pass muster with left or right. It will with his MAGA base, but not with the average voter. The Three of Cups, circles of support coming straight after isolation, and then we get the King of Wands. It will be challenged in the court. So the Sun card, yes, he is going to. It's not that far away, but it's going to be challenged in the court. The voters, Three of Coins, rebuilding and an inevitability. So what he's doing now is just so horrific that it's not going to work, and it will backfire on him and his party and his government big time in the end. It's not going to be forgotten. This is a boundary that is being crossed. It's been crossed and crossed and crossed, but this is like almost like a mobilization of the state against blue cities, blue states. It's almost sort of like a civil war. I mean, of course, he's hoping that there will, he would love to declare an insurrection. All right, let's see what does he want. Is Trump hoping to declare an insurrection, hoping that people will resist these troops? What is Trump's end aim? By sending all these troops in DC and other states, it's almost like a capturing of the country. So, what's Trump trying to do here? Is Trump trying to take over? I'll just ask the question, is Trump trying to take over America via a coup, sort of like a slow, well, it's not slow moving, a quick moving coup? Is Trump trying to take over America? Yeah, the Fool card came straight out. The Fool card, yes, and very quickly. We have the Wheel of Fortune changing the fundamental makeup of America. The Queen of Coins in the past. Security is in the past. It's very much what he wants to do, but we have the Five of Coins always with Trump, and I'm really pleased to see that card. It's like he self-destructs. It's like he goes too far. He overreaches. Whoever it is, Miller, Voigt, whoever, take your pick, they overreach. And there's going to be some shocks in the economy coming. The Ten of Cups, the voters in the immediate future. And then we get the Seven of Cups in the present, illusion, delusion, and then retreat and mortally wounded. Wow. It's almost as if this is building to some kind of crescendo, but these are not good cards. The High Priestess, secrets, what's behind, what's within that book, the secret plan, and then we've got doing a deal. And the Ten of Swords, complete and utter downfall. And then we get the truth coming. And then the Knight of Cups, a deal. So, and the Lover's card. Yes, he does want to completely take America over. But then we have the Minor Arcana Death card here. The Seven of Swords, the lies, the Moon card, the volatility, things coming to the surface, and then we have the courts and justice coming in here as well. A grand plan. Let's see if it's going to work. From these cards, it looks like it's going to backfire. All right, let's have a look. Goodness gracious me. Eight of Cups was there as well. Loss. So will this attempted takeover work? Will this attempted takeover work? You've just got criminals and thugs in the White House as a government. Will this takeover work? Will this takeover work? Will this attempted takeover and attempted takeover work in the long run? Will this takeover and attempted takeover work in the long run? That's very worrying. So we have the Page of Wands. Now that's good. That's a signifier card. That is a new start. Politically, it's not, it's not a king. It's a more or less young people as well. And then we get the High Priestess, secrets here. Secrets may be also his plans in attempting to do this will come out, will be leaked. Ten of Swords, complete and utter downfall. I'm not seeing it will work. The Magician card is in the past, manifestation of something. And then we get the Empress card, a season of time. It's also Russia. And I made a comment the other day, he's straight out of Putin's playbook. The Seven of Cups is delusion. I think he's deluded if he thinks he can pull it off. The Queen of Wands in the here and now. That's people being, motivated. It's also the Epstein stuff hasn't quite gone away, and the truth here is in the background, is in the environment. These are good cards for, beginning to think that he's going to fail. The Star card is in the hopes and fears. I love that. And then we have the Ten of Coins. Will he succeed? The Four of Wands, reunions. And then we get the Minor Arcana Death card again. Again, 3 times that's come out. And then a new start. So we get new starts here. The Fool card, but we have walking away from loss. We have the Queen of Cups and moderation. The Emperor card and the Page of Cups. No, it's a knife edge for sure, but it's not going to work. The Ten of Coins is people, families, wealth, family, and then we get the Four of Wands, reunification, people coming together to resist this. And then we get the Minor Arcana Death card again for the 3rd time. 3 cups lost and 2 cups remaining. And one of those cups is a new start. So somehow, there's a reunification or a unification to stop this actually from happening. This is good. So, again, his health being the way it is, if he was, to have some kind of collapse, something happened to him, would this plan still proceed? I think that's worthwhile asking. If something were to happen to Trump, if he had a health collapse, if he was no longer the president for whatever reason, would this plan to take over, would this still would it succeed? If Trump wasn't in the picture, if he was no longer the president, had a health collapse, something happened to him, would this plan succeed? 9 of Coins, the money, and then the Sun card, illumination, full illumination. Then we get victory, and then we get something coming to fruition in time. In the sky, we have the 8 of Cups, loss, walking away from loss. And the Ace of Wands, a plan. In the here and now, we have the courts. Okay, the courts, and then the truth in the courts. So the courts stand in his way, will stand in his way. There he is trying to bite off more than he can handle. But if he's no longer there, we have stability. And economic stability as well, and the Temperance card, moderation. And we have debt, 6 of Coins, and then sabotage. So, if he's no longer there, you become more stable. Basically, there's more moderacy, a more moderate approach. People aren't as emboldened. The Page of Coins. And the Lovers, that's MAGA, overseas interest, Trump, and then the 8 of Coins, Vance. We have the Queen of Swords, the Devil, and then the Eight of Swords. So boundaries, I think, boundaries will prevent him from doing this, but I think if anything were to happen to Trump, it all folds like a house of cards. All right, let's see if are there powerful... This will be interesting. I'll change decks. Are there powerful forces in America? Are there powerful forces in America acting against Trump? Are there powerful forces in America trying to bring Trump down? Are there powerful... Because the economy is there. You're going to get some fairly... I don't know, it's not too far away, some kind of crash or bad economic news. So are there powerful forces in America trying to stop Trump, bring him down in some way? Knight of Swords again. I think they're going to leak. I think this leaking about Epstein, I think it's going to continue. I think there's also something he's done in relation to money that's going to come out pretty soon. They're marshalling against him. We have anxiety here. Foundation of the reading is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is a leak. This is a leak coming out, very damning leak coming out about him. The Tower is in the past. The Four of Coins holding back information is in the sky. But then we have the Voter, the Ten of Cups. I don't know what is so bad that would come out that hasn't already come out, except if it's more definitive Epstein stuff. In the here and now, we have the Eight of Cups, loss, and then we get Knight of Cups, appealing, an appeal, a deal. Hopes and fears, that's complete and utter downfall. And the outcome card is, yes, somebody is plotting there to reveal some secrets here on him. So watch for that. This is powerful forces within America, and the outcome card is the High Priestess. Are they plotting to take him out? The Judgment card and the High Priestess are the outcome cards. Are they plotting to take him down? Be patient. It's not far away. Two of Wands. And then we get the Queen of Cups upside down. A secret is spilled. Yes, there are forces in America planning to take Trump out, and it is just a question of time. 2 weeks, 2 months. It's certainly not 2 years. Watch for it. Now that surprised me. Ace of Cups, there's the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Coins, and the Four of Swords, retreat. It has something to do with his money, abuse of power and his money. I don't know what it is. Oh, is this the Epstein stuff? Is this the money trail? Is this what's going to be leaked? Trump's money trail, which links him with Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. Is it, well, one, we'll do that question and then I'll get to the other questions on Thursday. Is this what it is? Are we going to hear, there's a monetary link here. Is Trump's, are they planning to leak something to do with some kind of monetary leak? Will it come out? Are these powerful forces going to bring out Trump's monetary connection with Epstein? Page of Coins and defending oneself. The Chariot, it's not that far away. This is things moving very quickly. The Wheel of Fortune in the past. Yeah, it's definitely in some way. Maybe he was in the same business, allegedly. I don't know. Let's have a look. The Five of Wands. Partisanship, pulling against, tug of war, competitiveness. And then we get lies. Someone's exposing something about him. victory in the here and now, and then we have the King of Coins. That's him in the environment around. We have the Page of Wands, speaking something, speaking out, someone speaking out, and then we have the Ace of Swords. Yep, there it is. There it is. There is going to be something coming out about linking Trump financially with Epstein. That is what is going to be leaked. That is what those powerful forces within America have decided. I think that he's got to go. The Ten of Cups, families. Wonder if there's and there he is, the Hermit card again. Oh my goodness. Even an illegitimate child, I don't know. There's something coming out about Trump. And there we have it. There's the confirmation, the Ten of Swords. It's going to come out in September, I think. It's not so far away. Okay, you've seen the readings. I'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in. Interestingly, crossroads. A crossroads and decisions, temperance, moving toward more moderation. The Fool is a new start, and the Moon card, and walking away from the volatility, more objectivity. So I think that anyway, we will see in the next few weeks. I might be right, I might be wrong. We will see, because this is not that far away. Okay, there's the reading. It's for entertainment purposes only. He is planning to send those guards in, so steel yourself. It's not going to work in the longer term. This is a real battle. This is a battle to take Trump out now, and it's coinciding with some very real, with the health collapse. It seems like there are forces galloping to one ultimate conclusion. Anyway, we'll do some more digging around next time I'm on. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.